and welcome to this special interview. It's an honor again to have the Mayor of Kanifing, Mayor Bensouda. Welcome to my show again.
Thank you, thank you. Gambia is an underdeveloped country. Infrastructure is a big issue. Government, through the OIC, building certain roads, but all those roads, they're flooding, especially Ibo Town.
Yes.
Road B has actually created more flooding problems than solutions. So I don't know what engineering issues were there. And these are the roads NRA is telling us that.
Tell the yo yen munu len ko build.
Exactly.
Okay.
So ben nit ñi di wax ne delloo leen ñu poto.
Yeah.
Gambia needs a comprehensive master plan. I know there's been Yiriwa, there's been National Development Plan, but I think these are just terms that they throw out there. We need an actual, detailed, critical master plan that is based on a concept of the country of Gambia and a vision. And key in that should be infrastructure. I always say, don't muna defar bena yon nga buy 10, because what will happen, 10 yu baaxuti will eventually undermine bena bu baax bi. Nga gis suuf bi all the time mu ngi ñëw si yoon yuñ defarut si yoon yuñ defar. Da nga gis ndox su run water su amee si yoon yuñ defarut dañoo undermine the road. So infrastructure boo defar sa du yaaga. As a government, I think one of the things they need to critically look at is how can they build all the urban roads in one go, just like Banjul, but done well. Make it a competitive process, bring experts to design it properly, raise the bonds necessary that will yield and repay, so you don't need to go for direct loans, but it needs a lot of critical thinking. But it all starts with what is the vision of the head of state for the country next 30 years, 40 years. More than even the head of state, what is the vision of the government? Because head of state need time.
It's the government.
Wow, so the government needs vision and says, okay, by 2040, 2050, we want to end poverty in Gambia. How do we do that? Key amongst them is education infrastructure, health infrastructure, sanitation infrastructure, road infrastructure for transport and accessibility. And then you build a budget base of that, and then they build an architecture, financial architecture. How do we raise these funds to make sure these projects are invested in, and in a way, it will build the gross domestic product of Gambia, and we can comfortably pay it back in taxes or in investments. So there's experts in these areas.
I'm named 50+1. I'm named term limits. Even though ngene baro constitution bi mu ne baro mun na ron waaye loolu bàyyi leen ko Gambia ni waaye at least am na 1 or 2 progressive laws. Even though I was the first person to say back to sender, man kay waxoon naa ko maa ko fi njëkk a wax back to sender. And I said it several times. The more I look into the document, I say back to sender. Why man at least 50 pro man. So man nekkoon politician man 50 plus bi rek dafa tax ma sànni ma vote for lii mu toog. Then bu ñëwee ba toog ñu def changes suñ ci bëgg because kenn mënut a am perfect constitution. Waaye yéen seen parti bi da ngeen ne dot sax suñ ko fa génnee duñ ko vote ngeen throw constitution bi si biti.
Loolu moo war. First of all, I don't think constitution bu Barrow ini Barrow sax bugga na ko mu pass. Daf ko ini pour international community bi wax ne rek ini na constitution, opposition baa ko block. Wante constitution bi dara baaxu si. Xam nga toogoon nañ ma ne la ne soo seetee America ñu bind seen constitution ñëpp mun nañu wax seen tur seen founding fathers yi.
Yes.
This year ñoom South Africa ñu bind seen constitution bu ees bi ñëpp mun nañu wax seen tur. Gambia ñu bind 2020 draft bi under the leadership of Cherno Jallow and co, almost 20 of them ñëpp mun nañu wax seen tur. Wante 2024 ku ko bind?
Barrow ak Dawda Jallow.
Exactly. So basically President Barrow don't face a lot of noise in international community. Ne li tax international community bi support ko, Gambia ni support ko, defu ko. And mooy transitional justice reform, and at the top of it moo nekk constitutional reform pour indi constitution bu ees. So coow boobu la bugg a rey because moom support 2020 draft bi. bu nga xam ne was lu nga xam ne dañu lejte Gambien yi yëpp man suma boppa attend na consultation bi Westfield. And bu ma fa nekk sa Christian yi were raising objections, am na ñeneen ñu doon raise objections, ñu noo wax seen xalaat. We were consulted, the Gambians were consulted, the drafters, the new approach. Cherno mi ngi toog Uncle Cherno dañ ñu approach ñu laaj ñu understand nga so that constitution was good because it incorporated the thoughts of Gambians. It was balanced in terms of ensuring that the three arms of government nañ mun a countante. It reduced presidential power to make sure that they can be checked. So basically it was moral. It had morality. Understand? Local governments were empowered, etc. And remember, the only HO bu fa nekkoon mooy this retroactive clause.
Wow.
Understand? Loolu moo tax constitution boobu demut, but it was a good constitution. Why did they bring this 2024 draft? They brought it to fail. And it would have failed anyway. Yun bu ñoo ñëw si council bi, people forget. That was the political heartbeat of the former regime. The staff were political appointees and they were bona fide position holders in that political party, which was the APRC. The council was funding political party activities, including paying for hotels, including paying for rallies, including paying for musical jamborees in Kanilai. The council was basically just existing to support the political agenda of the then regime. Ñun bu ñu ñëwee KMC, it was even a marketplace. Dañ fa dee jaay yàppa. Soo bëggee jënd ndawal mun ngaa dugg KMC nga jënd ndawal.
Mooy jaame ndawal yu mu daan joxe noonu.
Exactly.
Mooy nag yu mu daan sédd.
Dañ ko dee jaay sax. Every corner was barada ak kaas. There was attire happening in KMC. Da ngaa gis ñuy line yaay companies and all that. They receive cash from KMC's cash vault. There's so many things. Moo tax it's surprising the commission bi even demut back. You know, they demut back pour seet the anomalies pre ñun bu ñu ñëwee as a council. So when we came in, ñun ñoo jëkk a dugal even staff scheme of service, council bylaws, HR audit, bringing sanity and reforming the council. Moo tax man am day wax ne my biggest achievement is not the library, it's not the school improvements, it's not the parks, it's not the markets I've built, it's not the Mbalit project. My biggest achievement as mayor is institutional reform.
In
KMC. Turning it from a political bureau to a functioning service-driven institution. And I'm proud to say that anywhere. Now, of course, KMC is not perfect.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. We have inefficiencies. We have procedural issues. We have corruption issues. Nobody's going to deny that. But the question is, when these issues come up, how we act, what we do about it. There is no corruption known in KMC that was not dealt with, reported in Nyunsun Council, Amut. Even the issues that they are investigating at the FPAC, at the Commission of Inquiry, all of those issues are based off of paperwork that council be generated. Either a committee detected it and began an investigation that led nowhere, or found the culprits and reported to the ministry, or terminated people's services. But it was based on committee reports. For the first time, I don't want to talk about all councils, but I think KMC is maybe one of the few or the only council that meets regularly every month through a general council where its committees functioning recommend to the general body, where we resolute and keep on record. From 2018 to date, I can pull you every general council resolution, every committee meeting, every minutes. So, Fatou, we've been governing. But it is not perfect. Why is it not perfect? It comes back to the laws. Tayman, I don't hire the CEO and the staff as a mayor, as an elected mayor. Nor does the council hire the CEO and the directors, the heads of administration.
7.6 million vouchers that were not they cannot account for. Right. What happened to that?
So first of all, Alaji Dabo, he's a good brother. He's the chairman of the FPAC. Finance Public Accounts Committee, and they could not have had any better chairman. I know him. He's very procedure-driven, very intelligent, very honest person, and just right guy been in a new letter. We are friendly council to UDP, but they still wrote a letter, and we respect all the parliamentarians on that committee. And you know, I seen publication that emanated from our administration offended them, and we are sorry about that. We've talked about the matter internally. It's not the parliament we wanted to offend, right? So I think Kuko Binda was a bit defensive about that story that emanated from that newspaper, Alkamba Times. The 7.6 million vouchers, the copies are all with us.
Okay.
Guy, the finance committee led by Karamo Sise, they found all the vouchers, the copies, but the originals are with the Commission of Inquiry.
Oh, the originals are with the Commission of Inquiry.
But the digital copies are with us.
Okay.
So we found all the listed vouchers. So what people need to remember, this was the audit of 2020. This is not a recent audit.
2020 audit.
2020 audit.
Okay.
And this audit was happening in 2021.
Okay.
What was going on in KMC in 2021?
Oh, that was the...
We had PIU officers sent by government in our council with guns. We had PIU officers trying to force the CEO back to her office. There was an impasse.
There was an impasse, yes.
So how can we function as an administration when we are fighting with government? The Daji office, the fight by force CEO with for Waraneka, and this impasse, remember, it went on for a year or two. Because it started, injunction. The High Court removed that injunction. They came again. And then that's when I knew Daji Buntabi. And all the time there was armed officers. There was an impasse. That is when this audit was going on. So based on my understanding, the first amount of unpresented vouchers was up to 40-something million. But then the Director of Finance started finding them in the chaos. Dilen joh voucher, be 7 million des. But the time they closed their audit, 7 million was unpresented. But an audit will not look at it as unpresented. They will say missing. Missing, yes. Auditors, they don't joke. Yeah. They ask you for something, they give you a deadline, it doesn't happen, they say these are missing. Yeah. So that report, of course, goes to FPAC. And FPAC, rightly so, will say these are missing. Yes. And I give you 30 days to present it.
Okay. Have you guys presented it?
No. So the 30 days started last week.
Okay.
So we have found all the digital copies of the vouchers, 7.6 million. But the originals are with the Commission of Inquiry because these are simultaneous things going on.
At the same time.
They asked for all our documents. How come they took originals? They didn't take copies. Wow. So we have written to them asking for the originals. So we can send those
to FPAC.
Understand what I mean? But Gambia, man mom, the man bayre rek.